It's your boy Crystalology, and right now we processing, man. On today's episode of Processing, right now we got my homeboy OG bro Mike in the building.
Seriously.
You know what it is, man.
Yes.
We just gonna chop it up, my boy, man. I've been knowing you for
Good little minute.
It's been about 2 minutes now.
Really, I think 2012, 13.
You know that's a 10
really,
piece. You know that's a 10-piece, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You and old Don, man.
Yeah,
Don
shout out that boy Don Russell, man. Shout out to my boy. Nah, but you been solid, man, ever since I met you. You know what I'm saying? Like, solid. I think we get solid misconstrued sometimes. Like, solid ain't like that person never go through nothing, or that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, solid.
Consistent.
Solid is being able to balance. To me, solid being able to balance back. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got our seasons, we struggle, or, you know what I'm saying? Something happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, life kick you in the butt sometimes, you know, but a solid person, they'll bounce back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gonna bounce back, you know what I'm saying? They gonna get back to where they was.
All right.
I agree. A lot of people, life will hit them, and they just get stuck and stagnant, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
And that's understandable. That's understandable.
Sure. I find out I teach trauma on my job, you know what I'm saying? So we talk about resiliency, bouncing back, talk about going through one situation, two people going through the same situation, but yet one may turn to the bad and the other will turn to the good. So it just depends on the person, but everybody handle things differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Perspective too, how you look at it.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned, bro. Like, really, life is what you make it, you know what I'm saying? We hear that, it sounds cliche, but it's what you make it. You know, every bad situation we go through, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's what we make it, because it ain't the worst thing in the world, but if you make it the worst thing in the world,
It's gonna be.
Boy, it's gonna be the worst thing. Boy, it's gonna be unimaginable.
And we have power to make it better.
Yeah.
You know, if it's bad, we got power to make it better, or we can make it worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on us. You feel me? And our decisions, our choices. You know, not necessarily mistakes, you know. Bad choices we make a lot.
And then, like, the Bible say, whatever a man think in his heart, you know what I'm saying, so is he.
Right.
So whatever you thinking about the situation, but that's what it gonna be, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you can't come up out of it, but you ain't gonna never come up out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I got these questions for you, man.
Okay.
Some crazy questions for you. I got some good questions for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I know you ready for it, man.
All right.
Number one, and this happened to me. Have you ever been maced?
Never got maced.
Yeah.
In the position I am, job wise, I supposed to go through getting maced.
You trying to do that right now?
Nah, I've been avoiding it.
Hey, okay.
I've been avoiding it.
Getting the mace.
I've been avoiding it because my mind, like how I think, like I don't want nothing to happen to me. I want to, you know.
Nah, you gonna be straight, bro.
But I can get my job. It's not I got to get it.
Yeah.
But they prefer that we get it, all the trainings that we can get, and that's one of the trainings, you know what I'm saying, that we're supposed to get.
Bro.
Yeah.
You got the taser, First of all, what do you do first? What you do first?
So I work for the Department of Juvenile Justice, which is crazy because I was one of the youth in the Department of Juvenile Justice at one time. Everybody know my story. I went to prison, started in the juvenile setting. When I turned 17, they sent me to prison. I did end up they gave me 10 to 4. I was facing 50, 60 years.
How many years?
50 to 60 for 3 counts of armed robbery, kind of kidnapping. But they gave me a plea bargain. My first plea bargain was 20 to 14. I ain't take it. Worked all the way down to 10 to 4.
You had a lawyer, you had a
public defender. So he worked me down to 10 to 4. I actually had a good public defender.
I see.
Yeah, they worked me down to 10 to 4. Made me plead guilty. You know, made me plead to 1 count versus all 3 counts of armed robbery.
Yeah.
And they gave me a plea bargain and let me plead first offender. Which means once my 10 years was up, they expunged my record. Real deal, like, and now I can work for police department, all that if I want to, but I work for the Department of Juvenile Justice with juvenile delinquents. I started out as an officer, juvenile correctional officer, like a jail officer. I worked my way up, sergeant, lieutenant, and now I'm a public safety training instructor where I just teach staff. I don't have to be around kids, stuff like that. Although that's still my passion, desire to,
Yeah.
be around the youth and impact. But yeah, that's my title, public safety training instructor. I teach CPR, trauma, suicide prevention, mental health, all type of different classes. You know what I'm saying? I just teach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel
Easy cheesy, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And I feel blessed, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause at that same age, at 17, like, I was facing a felony at 17, you know what I'm saying? But mine went the other way, so
Yeah.
praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
I
find that out, man. A lot of people, they may look down and judge people that been through it. Like,
yeah.
You just didn't get caught.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta remember that.
And God is good. Like I got into, I won't go into much detail, but I got into a fight with a police officer.
Right.
When I was 17 years old. So
Could
crazy
have got killed.
Could have got killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why. That one reason it made me feel a certain kind of way when I watch this stuff on the news and the cops killing black men. I'm like, bro, that could have been me, bro. That was me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, just praise God. But yeah, so my situation ended up working out. Like the police officer knew he was wrong, so he never came to court. You know what I'm saying?
I got choked out by a police officer in the
what,
street,
bro? They drugged me.
I'm talking no reporting, man. Just choked me, bro. Like.
But he would put me in the back of the paddy wagon. Get what he told me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him take it easy on you.
Right.
He never came to court. He already knew, like, bro. I shouldn't even did all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he already knew. So I ended up getting expunged. You know what I'm saying? I did a couple of days in Wright Street and stuff like that. It wasn't no big deal, but it could have went the other way. You know what I'm saying? It definitely could have went the other way. So I take my hat off to you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Staying down and doing that because I don't want to.
it was raw, man.
I know it would. Man, where you from, man?
So I'm from Macon, Georgia. Pleasant Hill to be exact. Pleasant Hill neighborhood. Established 1879. Born and raised,
Yeah.
Yeah, Macon, Georgia.
Making the country, man.
Bibb County.
But that's how I always felt about the country. Like my folks, like both my mom and my dad, you know what I'm saying, from the country, and they came to the city. And I was born here. I was born in the city.
For us, how we view it, like people from Atlanta, big city, they consider country, but to us, we not country. But we consider country like other little cities like Sparta,
ain't that messed up,
Sparta, Milledgeville, different little cities.
My dad them from Waycross. They're from South Georgia, Waycross. Yeah, my mama from.
But Macon is pretty. It's thriving. You feel me? Macon
Macon a college town. Like Macon ain't country, but it's country. You know what I'm saying? To us. But at the same time, I think with the country, it's like, bro, they ain't got nothing to do but to get in trouble.
Right.
Cause it's so
and
it ain't a lot of options. You know what I'm saying?
They handle with the book too.
Yeah.
And juvenile system full of young black males that committed murder, man. Like and probably will never go home again. It's sad being around these youth, trying to build rapport, you connect with them, minister to them. Being an example to them, man, and you just gotta feel them. You feel me? Cause they don't understand.
So what you find like, as far as dealing with kids like that who done murdered somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a misconception of they're a murderer.
Right. Well, I relate to them so well. I got a great rapport everywhere I go. Out of 25 juvenile facilities we got in the state of Georgia, I done been in at least to 14 on doing overtime work in different courses, different background, and I get respect everywhere I go. I got rapport with youth everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? I never really had a lot of issues. I had this plan I feel God gave me. I tap in with the big dog everywhere I go. Yeah. So I never had issues, because if any issues I do have, they gonna make sure everything's straight.
They gonna make sure it's straight,
You feel me? Yeah.
So man, how you get saved? How you get help? Like what did that look like?
Long story short, I got saved while serving time in prison.
Yeah. So
it was February 2005. My mom raised me up in the Christian way, but I wasn't digging it. I fled from the Lord, the way she was teaching me, because I don't know if I really had a relationship with God, but I knew about Christ, Bible, church, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The good thing about it is my mom didn't wait till Sunday morning to take us to church. Like, she literally had Bible study at home. She literally would go get kids out the neighborhood, invite them to our house, and teach them the word of God and feed them like once a week. Like, everybody was at our house. You know
so that was your house. Like, I ain't gonna cap. Like, it was a lady like that in my neighborhood. One of my homeboy mama, you know what I'm saying? And she'll try to do that. Like, she'll have about 10 kids.
Yeah.
We fresh, you know what I'm saying? We fresh from playing. She'll do that.
And but the powerful thing though, bro, about the word of God, that's why, like, even with my music, I try to infuse my music with the word of God, because I believe that that's how we are born again, by the word. Jesus said, John 15, by the words I speak, you're clean. And it don't matter if we were coming for girls, if we were coming for the food or whatever, we were hearing the word. You heard it. And it started changing, you feel me? And get in your mind, get in your heart, you know, days later you remember certain little quotes and it's working in you, you know.
Yeah, then you remember, like we talking about it now, like I never forget, you know what I'm saying? I had to be 9, 10 years old, you know what I'm saying? Real. And she was a candy lady too, like my homeboy was a candy lady, so him, you know. Yeah. So we were going to that house anyway. Like, she really played it real smart. You know what I'm saying? She was a candy lady.
So in it,
yeah, but she was a candy lady, and
she was finessing the whole time.
Yes, sir. She know what she was doing.
Trying to pull you in. Like,
I came for Reese's and got Jesus.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, she got us on that one. But it make you want to do the same thing, like.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely finessing. Yeah. Like, not finessing, not trying to trick, but very wise with my tactics and how everything I'm doing is for a reason. Yeah, it leads back to the same. And it all for the soul winning. You feel me? Like, for Christ. You feel me? So everything I do, is strategic. Yeah.
So you just told us, you know what I'm saying? You deal with the kids in the system, and I deal with kids too. I'm a teacher for those who don't know. So these kids got it rough. I ain't gonna cap. Like, it's hard.
It is.
It's hard. Like, that social media something else, but
it seemed like it's getting harder. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, you know, everybody say Jesus coming back. We know Jesus coming back. But it's like, one thing for sure, we know Jesus coming back. One thing for sure, we can really, really see. Like, we can't see him coming back per se, but what we really can see is that it's getting darker and darker. The world is getting darker and darker. You feel me? Like, over time.
Yeah. So, man, let me see what you got on, man. So I see he got on Adidas. You got on Nike too, bro? He got on Adidas and Nike, y'all.
Adidas and Nike, front of country Dickies.
Oh, man.
Plain Jane.
So you still wearing that, man? You saw what they did to Kyrie, man.
Yeah, but hey, all day I dream about salvation, man. New take coming soon.
When I was young, that S meant something else.
Yeah, I had to flip it.
The S meant something else. Y'all can read between the S.
Yeah.
Nah, but Kyrie, man. Kyrie, he just ended it. Nike just ended the contract with him. I think it's deeper than what it is. I'm not here to talk about the people, you know what I'm saying, the people and all that. One thing I know what the Bible talk about with the Jews, you know what I'm saying, the Jews are those who are really circumcised their heart.
Right.
And who want to live for Christ, so those are the real Jews. You know what I'm saying?
Not by nationality, but
biblically. Yeah, because we engrafted into a family and adopted into
Jew and Greek.
Yeah, biblically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but my thing with that is, it's just freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Cause that's what he believed. That's what Kyrie believed. I'm not here to say whether he wrong or right. You know what I'm saying? I got my own belief. But one of they take your belief in that Bible, you know what I'm saying, and be like, bro, if you talk about that Bible, we gonna take your job.
Right.
We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna strip away your finances.
Wow, we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
But that.
Yeah.
We can say God all day. Just don't say Jesus.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Yeah, so that's my concern with it.
Yeah.
Like, just them being able to silence us. And it's like, that's a problem. That's the bigger problem.
Bankrupt you.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying?
Man, that's the bigger problem. So as believers, you know, we just talking about like the times getting worse. Like one of that's coming. One of like, you know what I'm saying? One of you saying Jesus is God, offending somebody, and that's able to get you, you know
Locked
what I'm saying,
up.
locked up. Because it's like that in places in the world now, today.
A blackball, you feel me?
Yeah. So, yeah, that my thing with that, man. So what you think about it, bro?
I feel the same way you feel about it, man. I think that it's wrong. I think the people who are in control of that, you know what I'm saying, just, I ain't gonna say they are the Antichrist, but you know what I'm saying, they have their own beliefs, and they got their own beliefs, and they are free to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
You know, but they are so in control that they can say what they want
matter.
to say and stop you from saying what you want to say.
Cause Jeff Bezos, he came out and was talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I'm not gonna take the link that Kyrie shared to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm not gonna take it off Amazon because there's people who want to see that movie.
Right.
So I ain't gonna take it off. You know, if it's profitable, I ain't gonna take it off my platform. But you know, a lot of people don't have much to say about that. So that's a little scary to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, we still living in old time, bro. So, I don't know, bro. I know you voted. Did you vote?
Did not. Did not.
But
real deal, I don't think I voted since Obama came into the office, and I didn't even vote for Obama.
How you ain't voted since Obama, but you didn't vote for Uncle Few?
So I haven't voted since Obama went into the office. When it was 08.
That was 08. Dang, bro, that was a long time ago.
When that time was, when I did vote, I didn't vote for Obama then. I know a lot of black people, they were pro voting for Obama. Yeah,
I just felt like he was gonna win anyway. Like,
yeah, I went the other way.
You went the other way?
Yeah.
Alright, no question, man, no question. I went the other way. Man, what's her name? Jay got out of jail in Russia.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner, so I think she probably done took down.
I think they kind of OD'd anyway. You know, she got a slap on the wrist. Should have been back, but you know that's just my point of view.
She shouldn't have been back.
Well, I get, you know. To me, it was a petty crime. You feel me?
It's petty in America.
Right.
That ain't America, bro.
Right.
That's a whole nother continent, you know what I'm saying, with a whole different set of rules.
But I feel like if it was a Russian person, it would have been different too. It was the fact that it was an American person. That's just my belief. Mm-hmm. It was an American person doing a crime that was, you know, severely punished. But if it was a Russian citizen with that same thing,
Nah. But that made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we had war with them, so you know, we beefing. So.
But on American soil, I feel like everything even. You know.
Everything even.
If you kill, if a Russian come to America and kill somebody, this is a regular time.
Yeah.
It ain't over. You ain't getting 100 years for killing somebody. You gonna get, you know what I'm saying?
And that be the crazy, boy. You get more time selling dope than killing somebody. Like, good night. I don't know, man.
Yeah, on robbery in the state of Georgia, man. 10
man, you doing them.
Yeah, like you ain't killed you ain't hurt nobody.
You doing them. Attempted.
Yeah, you ain't hurt
He ain't even get the money. He ain't even get.
Yeah, like you robbed somebody for $10. You finna do 10 years.
I just got on the phone with one of my homeboys, man.
Yeah, 10 years.
Armed robbery, bro.
That's what we had. Armed robbery is that Gary Pat. And crazy thing about it, a lot of young people, they don't know the severity of it. Mm-hmm. And because you're young, you think it's a slap on the wrist. Oh no, you going down all the way down the road. About Georgia deadly sin crime, and armed robbery with a firearm is a Georgia deadly sin crime. If you age 13, 17, you can be charged as an adult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And go to prison.
No. You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems. Don't rock nobody. Especially with a firearm.
Don't even play around.
Especially with a firearm. Yeah, I got a couple homeboys like, but you finna do 10. Like it ain't much ways to get around
15.
You finna do 10.
Yeah.
You finna do 8 to 10.
At least.
You finna do 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Off top. I'll talk like ain't no two and come no.
Yeah.
You gone, my boy. We'll see, but yeah, man. I just think people, like you said, people gotta know the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, and kids gotta understand, like, it's reality. It's reality.
I think if you knew the severity of their actions, for most of them, they would probably not do certain things. Some of them still gonna.
Some of them gonna do it.
Yeah, they still gonna do it. But for some people, they literally don't know that I could go to prison for 10 years if I pull a gun out, put it on somebody, and take their money and get caught. Like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I was really green. Like, I had no idea.
And you ain't even gotta pull the gun.
Right.
You just gotta be with them.
Yeah, and that's the same situation. You know,
you just gotta be with them. You ain't even gotta be the one.
Accomplice. And you going to prison too. Maybe not for as long, but still.
You going? Yeah. You going? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, I know you married, man. You know what I'm saying? Married, remarried.
Yeah.
Man,
now almost 3 years.
What would you... Shout your wife out. Let me get out
shout
of the way.
Queen Phyllis Barry.
Queen.
I love you, baby. Yeah.
Said 3 years.
Almost 3. Yeah.
Almost 3. That was
married. Yeah.
That was
5. Not married. Well, I was together.
Together.
Yeah. 3 married.
Should it feel like longer than that? I don't.
Yeah.
It feel like y'all. Yeah.
I'm twin.
So what would you, if you can go back in time, what would you tell your 18-year-old self about marriage? Just about marriage.
I would have told myself probably not to get married.
Yeah.
Young, or without any understanding of what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
On the same
because
way.
a lot of people, you know, they get married, but they don't understand what marriage is. It ain't all pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot that it's weighty. Like, it's a lot that come along with it. You feel me? A lot of responsibility. A lot of you having to grow up fast, quick. You know what I'm saying? And I believe a lot of people get married and not ready. And they say they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they really not. And you don't get that until you in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you in it, it's like.
Oh, you on the field now?
Yeah.
You all the way in the field.
And either you're gonna be like, forget it, or you're gonna be like, to death do us part. You know what I'm saying? And just try to thug it out. Especially you're a believer. You know, you're gonna.
It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, you probably gonna be on some. I'ma just, you know, cause I was married the first time. I was 13 years. A lot of it was based off of I don't have a reason to get out.
Yeah, you don't got a justification.
Yeah, she ain't cheated. She ain't, you know what I'm saying, these things, like, I can't.
But you want to get
like,
out.
I'm stuck, yeah.
But you
want
to
get out with it, like, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
You know, unless this happen, I'm stuck. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I feel the same way.
There's a lot of misunderstandings that I had.
About marriage?
So getting married the second time, I had more understanding. And it was, like, more of my decision. Versus the first time, it was like, I'm just trying to please God, fresh out of prison, I want to slide, you feel me? You know, she like her, she with it, get married. Versus now, it's like, okay, I get it now. So me making the decision to do it again, I understand what I'm getting into this time, you feel me?
But I just think sometimes that just come with age, and that's why you try to, like, slow down. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I would tell my 18-year-old self, slow down, you know what I'm saying?
I got married at 19. You feel me?
I was 20.
Almost 13 years.
In my early 20s when I got married.
And fresh out of prison at that. I haven't gone for, at 16, got locked up, gone for 3 years, come home, I'm 19, get married, 19, start life. Baby first year, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just
over with.
I just didn't understand.
I
didn't. It wasn't even about her per se. It's a lot of things. Like, I didn't understand me.
Yeah.
You know, and all of the things, and I didn't have an example for me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So everything I really learned you know, God taught me.
Yeah.
But even in that, it's
But
like,
he'll let you.
yeah.
But he'll let you fall on your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting because we both divorced.
Right.
And it's like, divorce kind of taboo in church. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's kind of like, who do you go to? You know what I'm saying? Who do you go to besides people who done been down that same way? But like you were saying,
that's pretty much who you go to. People done been down that road before to get some kind of peace of mind and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you got people that never have experienced that, sometimes even they don't know how to give you good advice, and what they will give you is cliche. It's a bunch of Bible scriptures.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying, what God said. You feel me? As if you don't know what God said, but yet God said, but here I'm in this. I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm already here.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, it's not a lot of places where you can go. You know what I'm saying? And, if you don't got leaders who done dealt with it, or people in position who done dealt with it, you gonna find yourself very jaded. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't appreciate marriage. You won't appreciate a lot of things because you've been hurt by it.
Right.
Are you so fearful? Are you scared? You know what I'm saying, to really love somebody else? And then sometimes it mess up your connection with God, because as believers, like you were saying, we want to please God so bad. So it's like, dang, I done felt God. Like,
yeah.
But it's not that you felt God, like you were saying. Sometimes you never had a chance because you never had an example. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any idea of what really marriage is. Mm-hmm. Like, some people just never had a fighting chance in the first place. First of all, you don't even know who you are. You don't know who you are, so how can you?
And they did a good thing
at the wrong time.
You know what I'm saying? Either the wrong time or for the wrong reason.
For the wrong reason.
You can do a good thing for the wrong reason.
Facts.
And honestly, keep it a brick, most young Christians that's for real about God, they jumping in so they can slide, you know what I'm saying, with no guilty conscience.
And like you were saying, it's fear.
You know, yeah.
That's fear, because God, I'm scared, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna smash. I know I'm gonna smash somebody, God, so I might as well.
Or if I am smash, I'm feeling good, so how about this is what's gonna fix it. Either I'm gonna stop or I'm gonna get married. That's it.
Marriage is not a fix.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not. And
marriage ain't no fix.
If you do that, because one thing about it, I'm a man. We love women, sex, all that, but it get old.
Yeah, it get old fast.
And especially with one person, it get old. Then what you gonna do? What you got to fall back on then? Because what you got married for. You know what I'm saying? That done got old. Mm-hmm. This is the reason you got married, so you could do this. Now it done got old, now what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You stuck, buddy.
Yeah.
You stuck, buddy. But that's something that you really gotta consider. You really gotta tell young people that. Because, like you're saying, we want to please God. So I'm talking to somebody, and we've been talking for a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your Christian mind, naturally you're gonna think, well, let's take it to the next step. You know what I'm saying? But that's where you gotta have leaders or anybody who could step in and be like, bro, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible always talk about seasons. Like, bro, slow down. Like, it might not be the season for that, but we so gung ho and think we want to take on the world, and it's like we take on this marriage, like you're saying, bro. It's a lot of weight to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you make two big decisions in your life. Decision to follow God and not follow God, and who you attach yourself to in a marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And those two gonna form who you are.
Right.
Your marriage gonna form who you are, or what you become. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important to take time with that decision, bro. Like that,
For real, yeah.
And you can please God single. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
can.
Yeah. Oh, what we got, man? Kobe LeBron. He said,
I'm gonna have to go with the living.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to go with the living.
Both of them living.
Kobe? You said Kobe?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I done outsmarted myself, boy. Because I put Kobe instead of Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe LeBron. You gonna go LeBron?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna do this, man. Top three secular rappers, top three Christian rappers. You know what I'm saying? And any kind of order, you know. So whatever, you know, whoever speak to you. So we gonna do the three secular
What's that?
first.
What
Three
about
secular rappers.
name 'em.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see. We're gonna go with Kodak Black.
Yeah. Cody, I ain't
Yaki,
see them.
Yaki Yak.
He hard.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, it's just self-explanatory. Wayne just
You gotta put Wayne on any list.
and I get compared to him as far as the gospel side, as far as similar metaphors, punchline
You the truth,
and stuff. People been saying that way like back in the day, just from my style of how I be spinning punchlines, and metaphors and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I gotta go with Baby.
Little baby.
Little Baby.
Little baby. Baby hard, man.
Yeah, Baby tough.
Baby hard. And it crazy, everybody you name from the South.
Yeah.
So you ain't rocking with no rap?
Not really. Not really. Not
Not really.
Not really.
Nah, not really. Shoot. Next up, man. Three Christian rappers. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go with K-Joe, number one.
Canton Jones.
Across the board.
K-Joe the GOAT. K-Joe the GOAT.
I don't care who you are, how hard you think you are. K-Joe number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I would go with
Number two.
Big 2 Time. I'm gonna slide him in.
Big.
Although a lot of people may not know him. I know him, but his music is hard. It's very heartfelt, spirit filled.
Yeah.
Like I feel it in my chest. You feel me? Like so. Yeah. That anything that reach me on that level. You know what I'm saying? And
One more.
Third, I listen to a lot of gospel rap sometimes, you know, but
it's okay to say Chris Elijah, bro.
well, you in you
It's
in
okay. It's okay. I said fun.
I'm gonna say let me see. I go with something that's just like for real, like on some real. I'm gonna go with somebody you probably you wouldn't even think of this. I'm gonna go with Fro.
Fro.
You know Fro.
Fro is hard. I ain't see Fro coming.
Yeah. Catalog hard. Yeah.
Bro, send me some music.
And
man.
it's hard for true.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, true. And everything pretty much strategic for me is based on history.
Yeah.
It ain't just you dope. Like bro shared with me his background.
Yeah.
You know how he got saved, all that real deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I hear that in the music.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that relationship. You know what I'm saying with the father. So yeah, I go with him. I can name a lot of people, but I'm gonna go with him.
That boy Fro, man.
Yeah.
Fro, man. That hard. I thought you were gonna say Chris Elijah. It's all good. Y'all made the net one. I made the net one.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Top 3.
All right, man. You said we got K-Joe.
Yeah, definitely.
We got Big.
Yeah.
We got Fro. You think we get them on song together?
That would be hard. That would be dope.
What's up?
We try to throw that line out there.
That's all I don't know.
All 3 of them would be down with it.
No, shoot. Let me get on to that.
Yeah, me knowing them 3.
Yeah,
all 3 of them.
That'd be hard. Man. That means you got DJ Khaled that thing, man.
Yeah.
Put that thing to go.
I got a DJ before he wide, man.
Shout out to my boy Lamar, man. That's my brother.
Big dog.
That's my brother, man. Man, what we got, man? Favorite gospel song?
Favorite gospel song. Gospel. Let me see.
Favorite gospel song.
Straight up.
It can be old school.
Straight up. I'm gonna sing it for you. I can't.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It's I told the storm.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. That ain't the words.
Go.
But I feel
away.
Hey.
I command you to move.
Yeah.
It's something about
that. It hit.
I used to hear that. My partner had like 212 in the trunk. He used to play that.
That boy.
Like, I'm talking about. I don't
know.
That's always.
That boy felt the storm.
That one, man. That, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that.
And it's crazy, cause, bro, to be able to make songs like that is amazing. Like that'll hit people.
Yeah,
people be in a situation, it's like, bro, I'm gonna listen to this song, bro.
Oh yeah,
like that's crazy. Like that one thing I wanna. Hopefully, I do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
make
situation, or you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
go-to one.
Yeah, I'm finna go listen to that, bro. I got to. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
One with Asha on it. One of my go-to.
No weapon, boy. No weapon.
Asha on it.
Oh, Raindrop.
Way in the world. Yeah, Raindrop. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that how to fly, man.
I skip straight to it.
Asha nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What you got coming up, bro? I know that. I'll let you say it.
Man, look at here. December, I've been trying to take a break. I got an engagement next Friday at Free Life with Kent Jones, Sky Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Was a super producer,
Shout
superstar.
out Sky Blue.
13 years old. Amazing young man. Love God and fired up. And he hard, like 13.
So I seen, bro.
I be at church, like, and his music, the new stuff, cause y'all probably get certain things. We hear a lot of newer stuff he do at church. Yeah. Be like, man, this man is a superstar. Like, this man got it. Like, he got it all around. But I got that. And that's it for the rest of the year. Now, with that being said, I'm taking a break because me and my wife, since January to now, we done did close to 60 dates this year. No manager, no team, like just. So we have people help us. We have people help us. Shout out to You First Media, Dr. Chanel Jones. Love her. She helped us a lot. But like we did a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even before she came in the picture, like we've been running all year, man. So like we just like, man, we finna just take a break, get her up, because in 2023 I plan to do a lot of prison ministry. You know what I'm saying? I just got my certification to go back into the prison system. Hard.
I saw that.
That's that mean a lot to me. You feel me? So that's my heart, prison ministry. That was my heart for real. Like, so I'm trying to get plugged in with that more. That's what's up, man. I got like maybe close to 10 engagements already booked from January to April. Yeah. And then when the prison ministry come, I'm doing like a tour. I'm trying to go to every prison at least twice. 33 prisons in the state of Georgia. So I'm trying to hit everyone at least twice.
Dang, boy, that's a lot. God damn, man.
Yes, sir. So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. God damn. I got two more, man. I got two more, then, you know what I'm saying? We'll get up out of here, my boy. It's two kind of people in this world. Mm-hmm. This one hard to say. Because if you say the wrong thing, I'm going to look at you different. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm really just bracing myself right now.
Get the green bubble.
Yeah, hit that water.
God,
that water, my boy. Boys in the hood, menace to society, man.
Okay.
Boys to the hood are menace to society.
Boys in the hood are menace to society. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with boys in the hood.
Dang,
I'm going to go with boys in the hood because it has a more meaningful meaning of redemption in it, I feel.
Menace did too.
Menace to society kind of.
Menace did too.
Okay, it started out bad and all the way through it was bad. Boys in the hood was like
all the
bad
way through,
going to good.
All the way through bad.
But then it was some good things that, they're having like, but menace to society, like.
They were trying to make a point boys in the hood were trying to make a point. I give you that.
Right.
Menace was too, but they just kept it real hood. Hey, granddaddy, think about his granddaddy, like certain situations he was kind of running into.
Don't steal.
And they'll talk about God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I would have went with Men's Society if they want to let bro die, man. Come on now. Come on. You gotta come on this side.
Had to.
You gotta come on this side.
I can't, bro.
Doughboy didn't die.
Nah, bro.
Okay, Ricky went out.
Ricky went out. I could have lived without seeing this, bro. I could have lived without seeing Q with Good Junior punch out.
Yeah.
I definitely could have lived without that.
Dang.
But and then man,
feels about dead long.
Bro, Kane and Old Dog.
You have a strong bicep.
You ever had somebody pull one on you?
No. Well, yeah.
That boy finna shoot you back into slavery, boy. Don't do it.
Yeah, though. When I was 15 years old, I had I think it was a 38 revolver. Can't remember. It had a cylinder on it, so it was a revolver.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was what kind, but
6 shot.
Yeah, I put in my head, trigger pulled, but the gun didn't go off. I was 15, trap hot, man. Thought I was bad, skipped school. Me and my partner went to the trap, playing the game. That thing, I know somebody came out of nowhere with a pistol.
You were trying to rub, but it was just.
No, it was our. We knew the guy. Like it was supposed our dog. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what kind of drug they had been on before we got there. Because in the newspaper they wrote an article said we were playing Russian roulette. Now, do I look like the type of person that would play Russian roulette?
I'm not playing no Russian roulette, bro.
But yeah, so yeah, that was crazy. I called on Jesus in the midst of that. He stepped in and saved me. Like, this real story. Like, I talk about it in my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, real deal, yeah.
Yeah, I had gun pointed.
Yeah, I'm talking about right here.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Pull the trigger. Click.
No, I never had the trigger.
The next
pull,
the next thing he do was turn it to my homeboy and pull a shot my homeboy in the neck right in front of me, like close range.
But it went off. So, ooh.
Yeah, so it didn't go off on me. It went off on him.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Get good. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's spazzing.
Bro, straight though.
And that's why my he lived. He still got the scar and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Just make sure.
But my vantage point, even about Christ or coming to Christ or who he's for, is a little different because I know that he stepped in and spared my life, and I wasn't living for him.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing right. I was doing very wrong.
Yeah.
So for anybody that say, you know, you got to be a certain way for God to be there, like, no, he loved me when I wasn't doing it right. So I can imagine how much it is now that I am striving to please him. You get what I'm saying?
And then let's think about a plan. Like, God got a plan. And that's something that we don't really think about. Like, God got it, all this stuff orchestrated.
What Sam told me.
Yeah.
God got a plan.
God got a plan. But he really do. You know what I'm saying? So failure and it's built into the plan. You know what I'm saying? Us messing up is built into the plan. So when we do it, you know what I'm saying, we still gotta understand, like, bro, like, I can still live for God. You know what I'm saying? God, and just your testimony, like, God been watching out for me. So that just added motivation to live for him. You know what I'm saying? When you do cross over. So
appreciate it,
yeah, man. Man, I appreciate you, my boy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, processing right now, man.
Oh yeah.
We had my boy OG, bro Mike. Mike.
Better.
We gone, man. Give him some encouragement or something like that, man.
All right.
Something
Look,
good.
no matter where you may be in life, what you may be dealing with, struggling with, just know that God is with you. God is for you. Sometimes you have to cut religion out, cut religious voice out. Religious voice is get to know God for yourself in his word. Let him speak to your heart. And, you know, trust him. Because people will throw you away. God will come pick up scraps, you feel me? And use you mightily when everybody thought you was a lost cause. You feel me? So, yeah.
All right, man. That's it, man. It's your boy, Chris Elijah, man. We just went through the process.
Go stream a new album. Bro Mike on the track like a train. And The Way in the World.
We're in the
Listen
real
to
life
that
right
too.
now.
Yes.
Sure.